Do you want to see mainstream liberal personalities being red-pilled, starting to miss Trump, and actually saying so? Or how about men dominating women's sports? Or maybe you're just interested in the current state of child indoctrination in our public schools. If any of that interests you, then you, my friend, have come to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, grab some popcorn, paint your hair blue, get a nose ring, and prepare to scream. Because in today's video, we're getting woke. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for stopping by. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, I don't usually dress all fancy like this, but I had some work to do even though today's Saturday. But, you know, the lawyer life. Is it a good life? I don't know. I'm kind of new to it. Anyway, let's begin. I want to start with Trevor Noah. I'm going to show you a clip from Trevor Noah from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. If you don't know who Trevor Noah is, he took over from Jon Stewart, The Daily Show. He's an insufferable leftist comedian, personality, influencer, whatever you want to call him. But he's getting possibly red-pilled. Now, before I show you the clip, I want to give you a little context. You all know that gas prices are skyrocketing. I paid $110 to fill my Jeep. Fuck. It used to be $76 when Trump was in office. Anyway, gas prices are skyrocketing, so President Biden called the leader of the UAE and of Saudi Arabia. He wants them to produce more oil so the gas prices go down. But what happened? They didn't take his call. Instead, they took the calls of Xi Jinping of China and Vladimir Vladimirovich of Russia. Now that you know the context, let's take a listen to good old Trevor.
Saudi Arabia isn't playing ball with Joe Biden. And you know what? You can say what you want, but this would have never happened to Donald Trump. Never. No one was ever ignoring Donald Trump's calls. Yeah, because if you ignored Donald Trump's calls, you didn't know how he would respond. Maybe he'd send an angry tweet, or maybe he'd just ban your country from everything. You don't know. That's why I bet in these situations, Biden actually wishes that he could hire Trump to step in as President Wildcard. You know, just keep everyone on their toes. Because if Trump was calling, you best believe the UAE, they'll be racing to pick up the phone. Oh, Mr. Trump, we're here, hello? Too late, Ahmed. You made me wait 2 rings. We're bombing the UAE.
You gotta give it to him. That was funny. And credit where credit is due, because I believe in merit, because merit is not racist. Merit is a good thing. Now, none of this would have happened under Trump. Trevor is correct about this. But you know what else wouldn't have happened under Trump? The official wokeification of America. You see, Trump signed this executive order which banned critical indoctrination, critical race theory, critical gender theory, critical theory indoctrination in federal government. That included public schools. But Biden got into office, and with his own executive order, he got rid of that, opening the gates for the wokeification, official wokeification of American institutions. And as President Trump once said, everything woke turns to shit.
Opposite. You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Man, I sure do miss having a strong president. Moving on. Do you know your ABCs? I'm sure you do, but how about your gay BCs? That's correct, you heard me correctly. I said gay BCs because that is now a thing, and it shouldn't surprise any of us considering the LGBTQ club has been rapidly expanding and adding more letters. What are we at now? LGBTQIA plus 2? By the way, for those of you who don't know, the 2 stands for two-spirit. Those who identify with having 2 spirits, like cats, and saying they identify as cat self. Those are my pronouns, cat self. Cat self went to the store and bought some cat self some food. These people. Anyway, let's take a look at the gay BCs, but before we do that, we must go into my Twitter. That's correct. If you're not following me on Twitter, you're doing it wrong. Gaston the Ginger on Twitter and YouTube and all the other social medias. Follow me and subscribe. If you want to keep up with the depravity that is going on in our public schools and the virus that is actually eating away, the woke virus that is eating away on our children's minds, then you must be following Libs of TikTok on Twitter. Arguably the best follow on Twitter. But hey, if you're on Twitter and you're hitting them up with the follow, you might as well give me a follow too. Come on, it's free. It's free. Hit me up with the follow. Anyway, let's begin with this ridiculous, as Libs of TikTok puts it, book that's going on that they have in our public schools libraries. Check this out.
Bro, they getting out of hand, bro. I'm just trying to buy my baby some books, bro. chick. A is for ally. B is for bi.
A is for ally. Excuse him. A is for ally, like LGBTQ ally. B is for bisexual. I wonder what the C will be for.
C is for coming out.
Ah, C is for coming out, and D is for drag.
These are children books, guys. These are children books. ML Webb, you're disrespectful, bro. My kids are just trying to learn, okay? They're just trying to learn. Why are you writing books like this? Can't they just be kids?
Why is there a redhead on the cover? Why do you gotta make me look bad? Oh, it's the diversity quota. There's no Asians. Huh.
And learn their regular ABCs? What is going on?
F is still for family, though.
What is going equality? Like, we got a lot. Gay? Like, G is for gay. Like, we got a lot going on.
Not binary? Ha! What's X gonna be for? Xenophobic?
Non-binary? What? Listen, this is picture books. This is picture books. My 4-year-old don't know what the fuck non-binary is.
L is for lesbian.
They don't know what lesbian is. Why are you writing this, ML Webb? You're disrespectful.
They're not disrespectful. They're trying to indoctrinate your children. Holy fuck. I think maybe I should buy that book and do a whole video about it because I'm curious about what the other letters stand for. Anyway, let's move on. This one is... Pete Buttigieg's husband leads kids in a pledge of allegiance to the gay pride rainbow. Now, this hasn't gone viral because it was on Pete Buttigieg's Amazon documentary and nobody watched that shit. So nobody's seen this. But then this clip went on Twitter and it's disturbing. Now, Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, even though he knows nothing about it, he's an idiot. And, I mean, his name is Buttigieg, and it's hilarious because he's gay, so you can call him Booty Gay. And I like making that joke, but some people, that joke's homophobic, and I think those people are retarded, and it's a whole negative feedback loop. So I'm not going to make that joke. Even though I already did. So let's watch.
All right. I pledge my heart. To the rainbow.
The rainbow.
Of the not-so-typical gay camp.
Of the not-so-typical gay camp.
One camp.
One camp.
Full of pride.
Full of pride.
Indivisible.
Indivisible.
With affirmation and equal rights for all.
With affirmation and equal rights for all.
Watch your head. All right.
This guy's husband is the Secretary of Transportation for Joseph Robinette Biden. They are pledging allegiance to the gay flag. How is that not indoctrination? Who cares about your sexuality? Why can't you be gay and still pledge allegiance to the most beautiful flag the world's ever seen? The flag of freedom. My God, these people are so ungrateful. This one's nice too. So I showed you a library for kids, a kids summer camp, and now I'm going to show you an actual classroom. This woman, man, whatever it identifies as, decided to come out to her class. Why? I don't know. When I was a child, when I was in school, my teachers never mentioned anything about their personal lives. You didn't know who they were dating. You only knew about that stuff if they were actually married. If they were gay, you had no idea. No idea. Why should you? It doesn't fit in the classroom.
Kids coming out as trans.
It's a teacher that's kind of not a guy and not a girl, like somewhere in between.
Oh, so you're kind of boy, you're kind of girl?
Kinda, yeah.
Me too, that's me.
Okay, right on.
I want to be a boy, but never like being a girl.
You know what?
So we already have kids saying, oh shit, that's like me, I guess I'm trans too.
You have choices in this world to be all sorts of different things. But that's why it's MX, so...
No, you don't. You don't have choices to be all kinds of different things. You are what you are. You can improve yourself. You can strive to be better. You can learn new things, new skills. You can lose weight. You can gain weight. You can change your hair color. You will age. You will change. But you cannot be what you are not. Sorry.
Mix Chavez, that's where that comes from. I
Mix.
know some of you were a little confused. Some of you came and talked to me about it. What?
Is it technically like a tomboy? Is that
people do identify that way. I'm actually trans, so I'm not a tomboy. I'm trans.
I can feel a little attitude coming from that response. She didn't like
But
that.
some people do, and I'm sure if they wanted to, they could also go by mix in their classroom. Any other questions?
So I think there's two levels of weirdness here. First, the fact that three levels. The fact that she's trans and calls herself Mixa, that's you're delusional, sorry. But let's go to the second level. Why are you coming out to your kids? Why do they need to know? Why do you need to tell them what trans is? Like, clearly these kids don't know. Is that like a tomboy that dresses like a girl? No. And they're hearing it for the first time from their teacher. And here's the third level. Why are you filming it and putting it on the internet? It's like, this isn't real. None of these people's lives are real. They're just doing it for clout. They're doing it to fit in. Like James Lindsay says, or one of my Argentinian philosophers that I think is the best, Agustin Laje, they both came to the same theory individually, by the way, cultural Marxism. They don't want to identify with the heteronormative, because if you're part of the heteronormative, with that is perceived as common by our culture, then you're the oppressor. And they don't want to be the oppressor. They don't. They want to be the victim class. So they're all gay. Anyhow, let's move on.
If you are a person who wants to adopt an infant, but we would never consider fostering an older child, you are a selfish piece of trash who doesn't deserve children in any capacity ever. And before you...
If you want to have a baby, but you biologically can't, and you rather have a baby from his infancy than adopting a kid from, let's say, 10 years old and up, then you're a piece of shit, according to this thing, and you deserve nothing. Nothing.
You come crying about how you're infertile and it's the only way for you to get children. I'm infertile and I can't have biological children. But I'm also aware...
Yeah, maybe lose some weight. That'll help.
...that adoption and the foster system are not my tools just to build my family. They are ways to help children, and that should always be the first priority.
Okay, how do you think is best to help children? Leaving them in foster homes for the rest of their lives? Or getting them to families who will adopt them and making them part of the family? Having a family is the most essential thing for a human being and for the well-being of a human being. What are these people thinking?
This is not even getting into how highly unethical infant adoptions, specifically privatized infant adoptions, are. The fact that you can pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to legally become somebody's parent without their consent or say-so is highly unethical.
Okay, this woman fish thing here, she's saying that it's unethical for a person to adopt a baby because the baby did not give consent. Okay, well, I don't remember much from before I was born, but I don't remember giving consent to being born either. And shit, my parents just made me anyway, and here I am now, working on a Saturday. What is this person saying? The baby didn't give consent. Finally, this photo is good. Why, you may be asking yourself? It's just a picture of three girls and a bigger girl, you might be thinking. But no, let me give you a little background. This is the NCAA Collegiate Swimming Championship. And this guy, in first place, this dude, he was a guy for his whole life. But in the last 12 months, he decided to take hormone blockers. So now, according to the left, he's a woman. Just like a biological woman. So he's been competing in all the women's swimming competitions. Even though he was ranked like 400 as a man, he's number one as a woman. I wonder why. Like, there's differences between men and women. But let's forget about that real quick. The first picture that went around was this person, first place. This woman, second place. And this woman, third place. And what did the girls do afterwards? They got the girl who got fourth place, and they took pictures with them. Because in reality, this is the guy, he didn't compete. So we got first place, second place, and third place. And that's the end of the story. As told to you by Gaston, the ginger, the friendly YouTube ginger. Anyhow, yes, that's it. We're done for today. This will be published tomorrow on Sunday, March 20th. I hope you'll watch it then or later. I frankly don't care. As long as you watch it. If you liked it, share it with your friends. Follow me on the Twitters, on the BitChutes, on the Odysseys, on the YouTubes, on the Instagrams, on the whatever the fuck you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this tie off and undo this button. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you next time.